What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, stimulus check update, and daily news. Everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., and everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you up to date with everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, and the stock market. Also, thanks so much for hitting the like button for us down below. You guys are amazing. And for helping us get almost to 400,000 subscribers. We are almost there. In this video, we'll hear from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on the Build Back Better stimulus package and about a last-minute $500 per month stimulus program that you could sign up for potentially. Today is the last day for that, among other things. So let's jump right in. First, we will start with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer talking about the Build Back Better stimulus package and a couple different things. Here we go.
Look, there are ongoing, we're fighting hard for Build Back Better. There are lots of provisions in that bill that are very important, many of which Senator Manchin supports, such as, say, drug pricing. And so we are continuing to work on it, and there are conversations going on between Senator Manchin and different senators right now.
Thank you. So on the Ukraine-Russia issue, are you concerned that the United States maybe should be more engaged in the military side of this, not obviously putting troops on the ground or something like that, compared to sanctions, and are you worried about divides in your caucus between what the administration is proposing doing and what's going to be done up here on sanctions?
Well, Senators Menendez and Reich are working very closely together and are coming close to a final agreement on a sanctions provision. There are a couple of outstanding issues that they're working on, but I am hopeful that we can get a strong bipartisan sanctions bill to the floor relatively soon.
Leader, especially in light of the former president's comments over the weekend suggesting that he thought Mike Pence could overturn the election, are you in favor of updating the Electoral Count Act? Do you support either of the plans that seem to be bubbling up among your members?
I have encouraged our Democratic side to discuss and set up these bipartisan meetings with the Republican side. We'll have to see what they come out with. There's another bill that was introduced today, I believe. That was Senator King's bill on ECA. Look. Reforming the Electoral College is a good thing to do, but it sure doesn't replace the need to deal with voting rights, dark money, and reapportionment. Next.
Leader Schumer, will you be moving ahead with standalone votes on Build Back Better this month? And if not, then what's changed?
Well, as I said, we're continuing to have discussions, and we will be moving forward on Build Back Better. You will see how we do that as we move forward. Yes, ma'am, and then you, Jonathan. What? Yeah, look, as I said, Build Back Better, we want to get as much of Build Back Better done as we can, and you will see us move forward on it.
Do you have any comment on the report that former President Trump was actually personally involved in ordering the seizure of voting machines? And what impact does that have in your view that any ECA bill needs to be broadened to at least address election administration?
On your second question, as I said, I thought ECA it has to do other things, and I mentioned three that were in the two bills that we had, the John Lewis bill and the Freedom to Vote Act. But dealing with interference with election officials, dealing with the issue you've brought up are important as well. And so I think that, just doing ECA is not sufficient. It may be necessary, but not sufficient. And ECA deals with the situation in 2024. A lot of these things deal with, like the situation you met, deal with 2022 and are more urgent and immediate. Yes?
Leader Schumer, you mentioned the House action on the Competes Act this week. That bill is very different than the ECA bill that the Senate approved. Are you worried that sorting out the differences between that partisan bill and your bill
As you know, I pushed the House to move for a long period of time. I care very much about this bill. Actually, the framework that they set up and the framework that's in the USICA bill are not that far apart. I believe all the gaps are very bridgeable. We're having productive discussions with the House Democrats. I don't know if any Republicans will support it in the House, but we're also having productive discussions with Senate Republicans, and we will get, I am very optimistic we will get this bill done very shortly. Okay, last one from the background over there. That's you. That's you.
Okay, do you plan to bring the mandatory arbitration?
Being a Democrat, I like to call on people who are in the back of the room, not just in the front row. Go ahead.
The House is set to pass
You got to say it again. I'm sorry.
the House is set to pass the mandatory arbitration bill this week. Do you plan to put that on the floor?
We have great bipartisan support. I believe there are 10 Republican co-sponsors. It's a bill that we would like to move very quickly. Okay? Thank you, everybody.
So Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer gives us a breakdown on several different things there that the Senate is working on right now, many of which are bipartisan. The Republicans in the Senate work with the Democrats at least somewhat a lot more in the Senate than they do in the House per se. But there is still separatism between the Democrats and the Republicans, very much so right now, especially with the upcoming election coming up later this year. You can let me know your thoughts. You can see here stimulus checks 2022. Will the American Rescue Plan affect stimulus money, especially as the economy continues to struggle? We have the virus variant Omicron and now Omicron 2.0, BA.2, the new virus variant of Omicron. That is now in the US in over half the states. That is, they say, 1.5 times more infectious than Omicron. And will that become the dominant variant? And also, you can see here the new private payrolls lost 301,000 workers as Omicron surged, according to the new payroll report that just came out today. Yeah, you can see this temporary closed sign here. Yeah, you can see the economy continues to struggle. U.S. private sector businesses lost 301,000 jobs in January as the Omicron variant of the virus forced millions of Americans out of work last month, according to data released Wednesday by payroll processor ADP. The ADP National Employment Report showed sharp and broad declines in private sector payrolls for the first time since December of 2020. Wow. A record breaking surge in virus cases upended the U.S. economy in January as businesses struggled with staffing shortages and a dip in consumer economy. Quote, the labor market recovery took a step back at the start of 2022. 2022 has just really, really started off kind of crazy due to the effect of the Omicron variant and its significant, though likely temporary, impact to job growth, said ADP chief economist Neela Richardson. Leisure and hospitality saw the largest setback after substantial gains in the fourth quarter, while small businesses were hit hardest by the losses, erasing most of the job gains made in December of 2021. Businesses with fewer than 50 employees took the heaviest losses in January, shedding 144,000 jobs in total. Firms with fewer than 20 employees lost 106,000 workers, making up more than a third of January's total decline. The U.S. added just 199,000 jobs in all of December, though unemployment rate sunk to 3.9%. It's honestly the data is kind of odd to me how they added only 199,000 jobs in December, but the unemployment rate continues to supposedly lower. When you look at this, They lost 301,000 jobs in January. I mean, the numbers just don't really add up how unemployment is going down. I mean, you tell me. And meanwhile, we have millions of people still dealing with this virus. We have everybody dealing with red hot inflation at a 40-year high. That, I mean, it's just crazy. And we have seniors and people on low income that are just struggling. We have 25% of people that cannot pay their bills or behind on their bills. 80 million people that just can't pay their bills right now. Think about that. 70, 80 million people are just cannot pay their bills. It's just absolutely just it's crushing right now. So, I mean, we covered in the last video how there is help going out to millions of people through the SNAP and pandemic EBT programs. So there is assistance, and then there's also rent, mortgage, utility assistance going on right now. So there is assistance going out in several different areas, like we cover, and then universal basic assistance. I have another program coming up here I'll get to here in a moment. But a fourth stimulus check could really do a lot of good now at this moment, because we know that different groups of people, we know not everybody gets SNAP, not everybody food assistance, not everybody gets pandemic EBT, not everybody gets these different kind of buckets of money, right? Not everybody gets rent assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance, which I do have links for down below in the description of this video. If you haven't applied for any of that yet, you definitely need to apply, especially before it runs out. Some of the rent assistance is starting to run out. If you've been watching the show for a while, hopefully you have already applied. I have literally helped thousands of people get this rent assistance. It's money from the third stimulus check package. The homeowner's assistance, if you're a homeowner, is just starting to become available. There's $9.9 billion of that. And utility assistance is available anywhere. You can get from several $100s up to $1,000 or more of that. So yeah, and they just added $100 million more, just got approved for utility assistance. So if you're low income, go and watch those videos and apply. It just literally just takes you a little bit of time to watch the video and then go and apply. It's completely free to apply, and it's just kind of like getting an extra stimulus check. But the World Health Organization is warning nations, including the US, about lifting their virus restrictions too quickly. Because remember that we're still at, so like yesterday we had 661,000 new cases. And the day before that, or yesterday, we had 295,000 new cases. The 7-day average is 439,000 new cases. Just to put in comparison here, the all-time high ever before this spike was 300,000 cases. So the 7-day average is still 439,000 cases. So look at this spike here and see where we're at right now. The high ever was all the way back here. And when you look at deaths, they're almost at an all-time high right now. Yesterday, 3,579. That's more than Pearl Harbor or 9/11 on a single day. So that's a lot. That's a lot. So the World Health Organization does kind of make a good point here. We're still at, if we look at the old all-time high here in the US, 300,000 new cases, we're still above that. They do kind of make a good point here. They're about warning about lifting restrictions. We don't want to go back to this, especially with the new virus variant, basically Omicron 2.0. Do we want to do this all over again? Which could happen anyways. So they're warning about potentially this happening again. You could let me know your thoughts if you think this is going to happen again. What do you think about the World Health Organization, about their warning about this? Let me know your thoughts. And today is the last day to apply for a $500 monthly payment program um, that pays $500 monthly payments for a year, a universal basic income program. You could see here, time to act. You have just hours to apply for monthly $500 payments for a year. See if you qualify. Time is running out for Americans to apply for a $500 payment with the deadline today, February 2nd. If you are a low earner living in Atlanta, Georgia, you might be eligible for the Income Mobility Program for Atlanta Community Transformation Program, known as IMPACT, IMPACT. So if you are in Atlanta, Georgia, and you're low income, uh, right after this video, go and Google that program and go online and see if you can apply still today. You just might qualify and might be picked for monthly payments of $500 per month. You never know. You might just be entered and qualify for it today because you never know. There Today is the deadline. So good luck. I hope you win. Also, I wanted to say in today's episode of You Can't Make This Stuff Up, actually, my mother-in-law, Laurel's mom, told me about this today or yesterday. Around 1,600 vintage baseball cards were found behind a wall covering during a home renovation. Wow, check this out. Can you imagine like going behind a wall in your house and finding this and you never knew this existed there? What an interesting find. So imagine this being behind your wall in your house and you never knew this was there. 1,600 baseball cards. Imagine the finds that were there. Yeah, what an interesting story. Imagine if there was like a Honus Wagner there, or like a Babe Ruth card there, or something amazing that was there. Look at that wall. Can you imagine seeing that? I know you can't make this stuff up, right? But apparently this is a real deal, and this actually happened, and this is an actual picture of it. And look at their masks there. I know it's not this is a different kind of mask, right? But yeah, this actually happened in Boise, Idaho. Yeah, so they weren't sure what to expect when they peeled away the dark green shingles covering a bedroom wall in Boise, Idaho, when they were remodeling a room for their son. But after seeing the row of baseball cards from the 70s and 80s glued to the wall, it was still a surprise. There was about 1,600 baseball cards there. Quote, "We're not really baseball fans, so I didn't really know what they were looking at. But lots of friends says, oh, I know that guy." So yeah, I just thought that was a really cool story that I thought that was shit that I would share. Can you imagine finding that behind a wall in a you go to renovate your house and poof, you just happen to find that. What an interesting find. It's kind of like an attic find, right? You never know what you're going to find behind a wall in your house. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts here. What a crazy day, right? So I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country. Make sure to click the subscribe button down below if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. It's completely free to do so. And new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're almost at 400,000 subscribers, so join our community of our family here of YouTube subscribers. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here, stimulus related and everything else news related here that you need to know about on a daily basis. Click here to watch our newest video next, or click here to watch my newest video about a $1,400 to $2,000 stimulus check and Social Security raise. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.